Hey friends, welcome back to Acre Homestead. My name is Becky, this is my kitchen, and today we're going to be making pumpkin spice. We're going to make a pumpkin spice blend, and then I'm going to make some coffee creamer with pumpkin spice if you're interested in sticking around for that. I have been craving pumpkin spice creamer, and I really don't like to buy this stuff at the grocery store, and it's super easy to whip up, and it's officially fall. It's sweater weather around here. We have our first actually like 3 or 4 dreary days, and I've just been really craving this. So I needed to whip up some more pumpkin spice because I'm completely out. So I figured I'd take you along and show you how I make up my pumpkin spice, and then how I like to make my pumpkin spice creamer, so I can have delicious pumpkin spice coffee without having to pay the premium to go get it at like a coffee shop or something, or getting some of that kind of junk that's in some of the store-bought coffee creamers. So first up, let's just blend up the pumpkin spice. I'm completely out of my homemade pumpkin spice blend, so I thought it would be the perfect time to bring you into my kitchen and show you how easy it is to make. Pumpkin spice is made up of 5 spices, the warm spices. It's made up of cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, and clove. And we are going to just mix up our pumpkin spice blend in this jar here. I'm going to make quite a bit of it because it is now pumpkin season, and I'm going to be using this quite a bit. And instead of having to make little batches, I figured I might as well just make a big batch so I have it ready to go all fall long. The first ingredient I just added was cinnamon. That is the base of pumpkin spice. And this here is ginger. I'll have a full written recipe for this and the pumpkin creamer that we're going to make on the blog at scratchpantry.com. This is nutmeg. I typically do use fresh nutmeg and grind it myself, but because I'm making a spice blend, this is the one time I do use pre-ground nutmeg. This is clove, and this here is allspice. And here is our pumpkin spice. To mix, all we're going to do, put a lid on it and shake. You know what? That doesn't fill that jar. So I think I can fit one more recipe, so I am going to double this recipe. I do buy all my spices in bulk. I like to buy them in bulk because I can get better quality for a better price. If you're interested in knowing where I get them, I can link them down in the description box as well. Alright, so I just got this completely filled. It's going to be a little bit hard to mix now. If you're here just for the pumpkin spice, then the recipe's done. That's all it was. Super, super easy. It took me, what, I don't know, 2 minutes to mix up an entire quart of pumpkin spice. This is definitely more cost effective than buying them in the little ones, and I'm going to be going through a lot of pumpkin spice this fall. And the cool thing about when you make your own pumpkin spice is you can choose which ingredients you want to go into it. You can pick this quality of spices. You can go really high end, you can go a little bit more affordable, and you can choose whether you want organic or not organic. And one thing that is cool is there is different types of cinnamons out there, and I prefer the Ceylon cinnamon. There's cassia cinnamon, I think that's how you say it, and that's the most common cinnamon. And that cinnamon doesn't have as many of the health benefits that the Ceylon cinnamon does. When you hear of cinnamon being an anti-inflammatory and like really healthy for you and being a superfood, it's Ceylon cinnamon that is. And so I only buy Ceylon cinnamon. So that's another reason why I like to make my own spice blends, is because I get to choose which ingredients go into it. Not all spices are created equal. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my pumpkin creamer. It couldn't be easier. We're going to take 1 tablespoon of our homemade pumpkin spice, and we're going to put it in this heavy bottomed pan, and we're going to toast this just a little bit. So I'm going to turn it on kind of like a medium. As soon as they hit the pan, I can already smell them. It smells like fall in here, and oh my gosh. Toasting them just kind of adds another layer of flavor. We're not trying to burn them. We're not trying to add any color. There are oils and spices, and we want those oils to toast. This is some homegrown pumpkin puree that I made up last year. The pumpkins that I harvested this year, I haven't cut into them yet. They're currently on my front porch as decoration. So I want to use up last year's pumpkin before I start digging into this year's pumpkin. So now that these have toasted, I don't know, probably 45 seconds to a minute, we're going to add our pumpkin puree. And we're just going to toast this just a little bit too. If you're in a time crunch and you don't have time to do this, you certainly could skip these steps and just add your spices and everything to your half and half, but this is going to add a lot of depth of flavor. So if you have the time, I definitely would recommend toasting everything before you add it to the half and half. This is 1/4 cup of real maple syrup. We're going to add in here and mix this in. If you don't have maple syrup, you could use brown sugar, but I think maple syrup kind of gives it more of the fall flavor that I'm looking for. Mix that up. Then we're gonna add 2 cups of half and half. I'm gonna whisk this together until everything combines. I'm not looking to cook the milk at all, just kind of get everything well combined. I figured I would make myself just a little bit of coffee and give this coffee creamer a try because I need to edit a video this afternoon. So let's see how we did. Yes, this is so good. If you guys are a fan of pumpkin, you're gonna love this. Now this recipe is not really on the sweet side, so if you wanted to double the maple syrup, you certainly could because they're only a 1/4 cup for 2 cups of milk. I prefer my coffee not to be on the super sweet side, so this is perfect for me. But this recipe can be adapted, and if you want the written recipe for both the pumpkin spice and the creamer, they will be down at scratchpantry.com, and I'll link them down below. This creamer should last for up to 2 weeks in your refrigerator. When I opened my half and half to make this recipe, I did check the Best By date and it said it was like 3 weeks. But because we have a little pumpkin, I'm gonna say probably about 2 weeks. If you're anything like me, it's gonna be gone well before it goes bad. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please consider subscribing. Like I said, I have like 10 pumpkins that we have to get through processing, and we're gonna be making all the pumpkin things. And if you don't like pumpkin, I got plenty of other stuff on this channel that I'm sure will interest you. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me in my kitchen, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.